Hey, everybody, a snap of the fingers.
Yeah.
Is that new, or have you done that before?
I've been doing that
He's
before.
been snapping then underhand.
Sometimes when
because he was trying to impress Coach Pitzman, who's walking out.
Sometimes when I
get in for underhand pitching at practice.
Honestly, that's what it is.
Yes.
But sometimes when I clap, it kind of messes the mic up for a couple seconds.
Okay.
So I'd rather the snap is a little better.
All right. We like the snap. That's good. All right. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Ricker, good guy, the no close, Danny Berg, and then SID triple threat Tom on the camera, behind the camera. Yes.
Yeah.
Coach Pitzman walking through.
Yeah.
I don't know if we got him or not,
I
though.
think we're looking to get them some lefty-looking pitchers for softball. That's the underhand
Time
throw.
to throw BP.
Listen, we need lefties. I am here for whatever sport we need it, you know?
You just get ready for the Falcon Cup in a couple months.
I was thinking about that last night during the women's game. I'm like, oh, man, I need to shoot around. I need to get loose.
A little bit. I'm ready to go at any
Get
at
ready.
Any time. So maybe Daniel will play this year.
We'll try.
Yeah.
I shot at Elijah's birthday. I think I was
You won't have
my friends, my forearm.
You're not coaching track this year, so you don't have no excuse
Correct.
that you have to be at track.
Correct.
All right, so only thing we got really going on is basketball. Men have been 2-0 since we came back from Christmas break.
Yeah.
A nice win against Sullivan.
2 big wins,
Yeah,
know?
And Ulster last Saturday. Did not play yesterday because of the weather. Mm-hmm. Aamir Mack doing Aamir Mack things.
Does he have 40, how many points?
He had 45 points in 2 games? 25?
He doesn't miss a lot of shots. Like, he's very, very efficient with that.
He's shooting 55% on the season.
Yeah.
He had 20 against Sullivan. He had 25 against Ulster, and also was really good from the free throw line.
Yeah.
He's above 70%, I think, from the free throw line so far this year. So he's not hitting threes, but he doesn't have to.
Right.
He's been able to knock down a lot of the mid-range stuff. So.
Right, and then I think speaking of threes, having Daryl Coleman back, and it's been a while since we've had Daryl Coleman on the floor. Having him back will help expand the floor a little bit for.
It spreads
Aamir.
out the scoring.
Yeah.
Gives them another threat than just one. So that's been really nice to see.
Yeah.
And Nair Poplar,
Yep.
coming through too. There's another one. So if they're both
Right.
on, it's great. But we know how it is with shooting threes. Sometimes it becomes streaky. But hopefully, at least always one of them's on. It does open up the floor, like
Right.
you said, and it's been clear as day the first 2 games of the semester.
And it was an exciting game against Sullivan. They've been so good the last couple of years, and they've kind of taken it to us. So to have a close game with them and then win on a shot with 2 seconds to go from Mason Lawson, I thought was pretty cool for us.
Right.
Was great for the program and cool to see. And then obviously coming back and taking down Ulster and looking pretty impressive throughout the game doing so, I thought was nice for the guys.
Right, and we'll see how they get back in the Region 19 play because they'll be home this Saturday against Del Tech. Time to be determined. It's scheduled for 3, trying to move it up to 1 because
Why not?
we want to spend time with our loved ones.
We do, and there's no women's game. So at the time there was.
Right.
Del Tech doesn't have a women's team, so they moved our game up a little bit earlier there. So why sit around until 3 if we don't have to?
Right.
So we'll give that a shot.
We like to sleep, but not that late.
Right. Cautiously optimistic that it'll get moved.
Either way, it's a big region game because it's the only home region game here in the back half of the schedule.
Right.
So it's important for us to get those ones at home when we can.
Right, and we'll have some students back on campus because they're all coming back Friday
moving
and Saturday.
weekend,
so,
right?
Hopefully we'll have a little bit more noise up there because as great as those 2 wins were,
It was not.
it was a little quiet. I mean, there were people
It's like
there.
playing basketball in a museum in a lot of ways,
So it wasn't a COVID crowd,
No.
but it wasn't as loud as it could get when we have our students on campus.
Correct.
Yeah.
But hopefully they'll keep it rolling, and then what the goal always is to make the Region 19 play. So let's get the 500 and.
Well, you got Del Tech on Saturday, and then they go to Raritan on Tuesday, and that's going to be a big one. That's a big one for that. If the team is going to kind of flip things around here, especially with Daryl coming back, that's a game you have to really show yourself out.
We were victorious against Del Tech down at their place, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yep.
Yes, I remember watching that, and I think Pablo, had a good game down there at Del Tech.
Nair, I think, had a good game. Pablo had a good game.
And Pablo's new role coming off the bench a little bit, and he's been really good the last.
He's been great.
The last 2 games doing stuff too. So,
Another effect of Daryl Daryl coming back.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you're going to your first guy off the bench is a starter of over 12 games in the first half of the season.
Right.
And
and a second-year player. So
it spaces the floor. It gives guys like Pablo chances to slash and score and shoot if they need to. And it does a lot. Even just take away his scoring, the threat of it kind of gives everybody else space to operate.
Right.
Yep. All right. And then our women are 1 and
2
since we've been back. Yeah. Lost last night against Montgomery College out of Maryland.
Yep.
And then we Victoria against
Sullivan,
and then
Right.
Ulster.
Beat Ulster,
lost to Sullivan.
Sullivan.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sullivan was close in the first quarter.
Right.
And then
right.
just kind of like the second and third, they started to pull away a little bit. Fourth quarter, honestly, we played pretty well, but at that point, the game had kind of been decided. But Ulster, they got a win on the weekend. Desiree White at 34 points. I think that's her career high here at Lackawanna so far. And then last night against Montgomery, decent first quarter, but just couldn't put the ball in the basket.
Any momentum they had in the first quarter throughout the game.
I think they made just 3 3-point shots.
Yeah, I remember. I read your recap first because I always like reading.
You have to stay on top of things.
Yeah, so I know. I think
we were for today.
A 3 for
27, and I think they shot like 22% or something like that.
Yeah.
It was tough. They just couldn't buy a basket.
Which, last week, Jayla South was hitting the threes.
Right.
Desi was hitting the three. Like they were falling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's part of the game. You go on streaks sometimes and stuff.
Ebbs and flows.
You want to make sure when exactly. You want to make sure if someone gets cold, someone else gets hot.
Right.
And sometimes maybe as a coach, it was like I don't want everyone to get hot at the same time because then they're all going to be cold at the same time and stuff too.
But I think those having three games, all different quality opponents,
right?
And all at home, hopefully will set them up for their second half of region play. Maybe stay 500, give ourselves a shot at getting into
right. And they are at Raritan on Tuesday also. Is Raritan still ranked? I know the rankings came out. I don't think I saw them in the rankings.
I haven't looked at the rankings.
I checked them yesterday. For some reason I didn't see any. Raritan.
But they're still in the. Suffice it to say, they're still a good team.
Right. And I know they were a handful when we saw them the first time.
They're second in Region 19 or
something like that. Yeah. So
they're a top 2 team, and they were really tough.
Yeah,
we played them here. So not that their gym's hard to play in. It's not. It's like ours. It's big. It's nice floor. It's not
spacious.
Like a small. It's fine, but it is always historically, even if they haven't been like as good as they've been in recent years,
just been always a tough place
for us to play.
Yeah.
It's so funny, because it's not a real small tight gym.
No, it's
like a Union or a Manor that we used to play. It's no different than your typical high school gym.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of even the high school gym to compare it to, but I'm with you on it. That it's
regulation floor just like ours. It's big in those districts.
It's nothing small or anything
funny.
like that.
I don't know, and there's nothing about the atmosphere either.
It just seems like the shots go in a little easier for Raritan than they do for the opponents.
For boys, for the men and
right.
It's crazy. So,
but big Region 19 games coming up. For our men this weekend, and then men and women on Tuesday. So,
right.
Go get them.
Yeah.
And then Raritan, I know, does stream, and I believe they still do stream, right?
On YouTube.
Stuff.
They do.
Yep. So, if you want to catch our Falcons Tuesday, check out Raritan's YouTube page. If you can't get to the Union on Saturday, Steve Young and Ferg.
Yeah.
Triple Threat Tom.
We're doing it.
Smooth jazz sounds, as Josh Pardini and I say, of Steve Young's voice.
That's the only
easier to hear
when there's no one here.
There's no one here.
That was going to say that's the only one benefit of not having big crowds during
on
our
Saturday.
break
All of a sudden, it was like a 30-second timeout. There wasn't a lot of action, and I just hear the welcome back. I was like, wow. If I wasn't so involved in this game of having a score, I'd take a nap.
If Steve's
just that smooth.
If Steve is smooth jazz, what's Ferg?
Oh, Ferg, it brings that energy. I could hear the table getting smashed. He's that 97 9X radio. Being able to hear you guys. I mean, I watched some of the replays back, but if you're here, you usually don't, because who has that much time all the time?
Right.
You guys are good, and we hear the compliments all the time, but we're actually able to hear them the last couple of games, which is awesome.
Right, and it makes such a huge difference anyways all the time is actually watching a game and having someone broadcast it back to you.
Yeah.
Actually listen to broadcast stuff too. So you are going to try to talk to Aamir. I know
that's the hope.
Not the greatest, like all of our student athletes with their Falcon email, but they do lift today. So you if you want to come down and join us at 1 o'clock, you could grab them for a couple minutes.
That might be what I do, even if it's after lift, just after it or something.
Right. So we'll see and stuff. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be back.
That's the plan.
All right, we'll be back. Falcons Corner, take flight.
Hey, it's Tom Ferguson, Sports Information Director with Lackawanna College, and we're back talking to our Athletes of the Week here on Falcons Corner. The first one of the year 2024 is Aamir Mack, sophomore forward from Lackawanna College men's basketball. Aamir, thanks so much for joining us. Pleasure to have you back on Falcons Corner. And
glad to be here.
Second year, man. What has it been like for you? Do you feel like things have slowed down in a way in terms of getting used to being in college and playing basketball now that you're in your second year?
Yes, of course, especially on the academic part. At first, it was a little hard for adversity, especially during the season. First year, but now we came together, especially last year as our victory, which we lost in the championship. So we trying to build that back, build our new team back up so we can obviously get to beat Raritan in the finals. But this year it been kind of good.
Yeah. What do you see as improvement for you from year one to year two? Where do you think you've improved the most?
I feel like putting up more shots. I felt like last year I didn't put up enough shots last year, which some of my shot selections was kind of bad. So just kind of improving and getting more in the gym.
Right.
So,
it feels like especially your game, you're focusing a lot on mid-range and attacking the basket. Was that an emphasis for you this year?
Yes, for sure. More getting to the basket because I feel like if nobody can stop you and you stop and pop, it'll be undefeated. And me playing more above the rim this year is a big factor in my game this year because being dangerous down there has everybody frightened.
Right.
For sure.
You know, in the absence of guys like Julian Wilson that were with the team last year and some of the size, you've kind of had to become that five at some point. How is that a role you're used to playing?
Kind of, because in high school I kind of played the four, but I always had like a bigger man that would help me down there. But I had to take a role this year, which last year also, playing that bigger guy, playing people way taller than me and stronger than me. So just get stronger and really fight through adversity.
Right. You mentioned kind of the new makeup of the team this year. You know, you lost some sophomores and from last year's team, some bounce back players. But this year, you know, you've got Pablo coming in as a sophomore. You've got Mason Lawson joining the team this year. What has it been like kind of working with those guys? And as sophomores, how do you guys try to help the younger kids, the first-year players?
I feel like the freshmen, we just told them, like, just stay down, get in the gym, your time going to come. With the sophomores from last year, they already had experience and what the expectations is from last year. So coming in and starting, they should know how to run a program with me.
Right.
This year we got my mans Pablo, Mason. They just like little pieces that they already developed. They came from different places.
Sure.
Also, my teammate Mason, he's also a great guard. He came from a different JUCO in Boston.
Right.
So he kind of already know how to play.
Yeah.
He just found out the pieces. We just had to get them together so we all know how to play with each other.
Right. And obviously you and Joey and Nair and Ashawn, all those guys that were part of last year's team kind of have that core of having been together through this. Ramed, obviously, too. I know he's hurt, but he was obviously a part of last year's team, and he's a leader even if he's not out on the floor.
No, yeah, for sure. Like especially Mad, like he tell us key points because he's seeing everything off the floor, so he know everything that goes on with our program. Especially because me and him was really the main one playing last year, so he gave them key points to Nair, Popular, and Joey Chapman because me and Joey always had a kind of good chemistry.
Sure. As
y'all can see during the games, he find me, I find him. I just know where to be, where he at.
Well, and what's it like playing with a guard like Joey that he's fearless? He's going to try to maybe do some things, maybe that work, maybe don't work, but he also has an idea of where everybody else is on the floor.
Playing with Joey, it kind of like, how can I say it? Like it's kind of easy because I know his game. Like I study him. Like I know my point guard. I know where he's gonna be. I know his strengths and weaknesses. So it's kind of easy with me. Some of my teammates don't really know, so I tell them like key points. Like if he's driving, fade to the corner. Like he's not really a great shooter, but he's an amazing passer. Like he gonna get you the ball in the spots where you need to be at. Yeah. And like the chemistry with me and him, we always work out. So it's not hard for me. Like I know where he's gonna be at.
Right. You're our athlete of the week from last week. You guys went 2-0 to start the new year.
For sure.
You went a month in between games and had to come back and play Sullivan, who's always given us some trouble the last couple of years, and able to come away with a win.
Them in like the last 6-7 years.
And you're able to come away with a win. And honestly, you guys looked like you had been playing. How did you guys stay so sharp leading into that game?
Keep the pressure on. They thought they was going to come in here and it was going to be easy, which all the other years they probably thought. But we just kept our foot on their neck. And we just thought, like, listen, look, it's 40 minutes a game, 20-20. We give our best 20 halftime, we should be good. We was up 6 halftime.
Right.
And we just thought, like, listen, look, they not that good. second half, we should score. Usually in basketball, second half, you score more of the points. We felt like if we keep scoring and slowing them down, within the 3-minute mark, they're going to start fouling us. So that was the game plan, and keep attacking the bigs and shoot open shots.
And you guys made it happen. Of course, Mason had a big part of that.
Of course, Mason did have a great
What was going through your head watching that shot go up?
When he shot that buzzer beater, the plan actually was to come off the screen, but they actually grabbed me and to set him a off-ball screen.
Right.
And I was supposed to pop, and it was supposed to be a one-on-one with me and that big. But Mason had the shot, and I told him that if I can't get the shot, take it.
Mm-hmm.
And he took it. He made it. I mean, big-time players make big-time plays.
Yep.
And I appreciate that because for me, we needed that win.
Yep. Yeah, and it obviously got you guys going, got a win over Ulster. You guys were supposed to play what is yesterday against Mercer. Obviously, that game was postponed, but now kind of looking ahead, you've got Delaware Tech coming up on Saturday for the only home region game. I mean, how important is it to get that win, especially because it's the home game?
I feel like, playing home, I don't like losing in my home. I feel like we got to keep going. Del Tech, we beat them away. I think we beat them by like 20. Now we just got to beat them by more than that. Like, it's regions now. Every game count.
Yeah.
We got no time for losses, especially if we play Mercer down the hill. We're supposed to play in late January.
Right.
If we lose to Del Tech, it might mess up the bracket for us and Mercer.
Exactly. So it comes down to starting taking care of business at home and then
every game.
Doing what you got to do on the road, right?
Yeah, just play every game like it's your last.
We're talking with Aamir Mack here, a sophomore men's basketball player at Falcons Corner. Aamir, we probably asked you this last year, but what was it about Lackawanna College that kind of brought you here?
Coach Fallon. Coach Fallon always kept in contact with me. If I was in season, out of season, every game, it's just the connection that we had through the phone. It just was great. He made sure I was good. Any questions I had with him, it was perfect.
Yeah.
He always talked anything I needed, workouts, anything. Like it just was a good bond. And I contacted some people that was already here to know the coaching staff and how the school was going, and it was just good. I feel like Coach Fallon is an amazing coach.
And how has that transition been with him kind of going from that assistant role to that head coach?
I feel like last year he kind of was like the head coach, if you think about it. Like, he was making subs. Him and Coach Gabriel always came together to make a decision. So it's not like if it was a big change for him.
Yeah.
Now he is the head coach.
Yeah.
So now he kind of take more of the bigger decisions in a game time situation. I feel like he's doing an amazing job this year, creating a lot of dogs that didn't believe in themselves this year. But now, second half of the semester, they're getting confidence. Yeah. Everybody's scoring. Everybody's playing.
Yep.
So I feel like that's a good thing because a lot of freshmen don't usually play for JUCO. They wait till their sophomore year and start getting minutes, which this year a lot of freshmen is playing.
Yeah.
And that's what's building confidence. Like Shy wasn't getting a lot of minutes.
Sure.
Now he's coming in the game, scoring 6 and 8 points, rebounds. I feel like he's just getting more comfortable. Also with Pablo and Nashawn Jones. He wasn't averaging a lot of minutes last year, but this year he come in and give us a spurt of defense, or rebounds, things that we be needing sometimes that a lot of players don't have. He come in the game and give us.
Do you feel like the team understands its role? It's not, guys looking for their shot, looking for their own stuff. It's guys that come in and know what they're supposed to do.
No, for sure. I feel like first semester it was a little shaky. First couple of games they didn't know.
You're getting used to each other, right?
Yeah, we was getting used to playing with each other and knowing who can do what and who's the greatest offensive players on the team. I feel like now everybody know their role. Like me, get open shots, get my teammates involved. Joey, pass the ball, play great defense. So everybody know what they come in the game and they're accomplishing.
Yeah.
So now everybody averages getting up. I feel like everybody is not more selfish this second semester. Everybody know, like, if we're winning as a team, everybody's going to get out of here.
Right.
There's no I in team now. Like, we obviously can see that.
Yeah.
If it's an I in team, we're going to lose.
Right.
Nobody's better than the team. I feel like that's what the adversity was in the first semester. Everybody thought they could do it themselves. When we come as a team, now look at our record now.
Yeah, you guys are figuring it out. You're studying business here at Lackawanna, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you want to do with a business degree?
Hopefully go to my next school, do good, and then when I leave school, hopefully overseas. But I want to start a business. Like, I want to have partnerships with businesses and hopefully open up my own business one day. All
right. Do you have any specific area of business or just
just in general?
Entrepreneurship in a way?
Yes.
Okay.
For sure.
Very, very cool. You said overseas. Do you have anywhere you'd want to do business there specifically?
Nah, not really yet. Just determined to who would I do it with.
Right. And obviously your hope is to continue playing at your next school as well, right?
For sure.
Well, we're excited you came back. We're excited you're a part of what we got going on here at Lackawanna College, and we're really looking forward to this next semester of games. I mean, we didn't even mention the addition of Daryl Coleman. I think the thing that I've enjoyed about you guys has been you all seem to be good with each other, together with each other, and even the kids that maybe weren't eligible or maybe were hurt, weren't playing, are still a part of the team.
Steve is eligible now. But for like just the confidence, like everybody got to give each other confidence. That's what makes us a team.
Yeah. And you've got guys like Yoav that aren't playing that are still hyping the guys up.
He comes to everything.
Ramed is still because it could be very easy for someone to get injured and decide I can't be there, I don't want to be there, but they're still with the team. They're still kind of a part of it. It feels like you guys are really together.
No, yeah, for sure. I feel like even if like some of our players get hurt, we still make sure they good. We make sure they still feel welcome. Like if if they're just like a man down, we make sure everybody is with us. Also, Meg got hurt and towards ACL. He still comes to the gym. Yoav, his finger was messed up. He still comes to the gym, never late. I feel like that's just a big part of the team. Like we're not letting nothing break us this year.
Yep.
More of last year, it was kind of things that was breaking us apart last year. This year, we just settled everything, and everybody wants to win this year.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the goal. Like Joey, he's number 4 in assist in the region. That's amazing for him because that's what he like doing, passing the ball and playing defense.
Yep.
Me, I'm number 13th in the country right now, fourth in the region in scoring. It's like last year I kind of only scored when I needed to. Now this year I feel like I'm playing a bigger role, so I have to score more.
Yep. Well, we're excited. We're excited you're taking that by the horns and making it work, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys the rest of the year. Let's make something happen, right?
For sure, man. I'm just trying to win this region and get this chip, man. I'm trying to go to where we was last year. We couldn't get it done. But for all my sophomores last year, I know how it felt. So I'm trying to, especially I know how it felt losing that game, playing hard all the way to get up there, especially the teams we were playing, all the adversity we fought. I feel like we're going to win this year for sure.
Well, you guys had such a great run towards the end of the last season, and then obviously got to the championship game, and that's what we're hoping for, and obviously hoping for different results with what happens this year. But I like our chances with you and with the guys that we've got on this team for sure.
For sure, man. I just keep I'm glad that like all my people be in my ear. Shout out to my dad. For me, he actually is a big help in this journey right here.
Yeah.
Because he even helps the team. Like he even give my teammates things or they can improve on or little things because he played basketball.
Right.
He played overseas. He played college, so he know what it takes.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what kind of helped me. Like I know what to do, but little things that he told me or he helped me with gets me to wins and better scoring positions and stuff like that. Like better defense, especially me. He's a bigger guy. He's 6'8", 6'9".
Mm-hmm.
So like me playing bigger guys, he gave me techniques to play against them because obviously Harcum 6'10", Sullivan 6'9", Monroe 7 foot. So it's kind of hard playing down there. With
I was gonna say, what is that like? You're kind of a fearless player, but what's that like playing against dudes that are a lot much bigger and can move like some of the kids we've seen?
I just feel like just playing with heart. Like I'm not gonna let nobody outshine me. Like I feel like that's where dog come in. Like, I have dogs, especially from where I play from Lang City. A lot of dogs come out of there. Shout out to Lang City also. I feel like that just playing out there just show you like just nobody can mess with you out there. Like,
right.
If you show that you better than them, they're gonna be nervous.
Right.
You play more physical than them, they're gonna shut down. I feel like that's just how I play. Like I'm not letting nobody outshine me. I feel like that's where my best game come out of it. If a guy score on me, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna go score on him, and I'm gonna make sure I stop him the next. But I'm not gonna keep letting somebody score on me. I feel like that's just me.
Mm-hmm. Well, Aamir, we appreciate it. Congratulations on winning Athlete of the Week. Congrats on all the success. We hope to talk to you and your teammates as we move forward through the season. We'll be back with more Falcons Corner. Take flight.
Hey everybody, we are back on the Falcons Corner, voice of the Falcons, Mike Krieger. Good guy, the no co-host, Danny Berg, SID, Triple Threat Tom on the camera, behind the camera.
Takedown Tom.
Takedown Tom.
Takedown Tom.
Yeah,
because Let's Talk Wrestling, because they are on the road this weekend at Bergen.
Yeah, they're heading to Bergen Community College in Paramus. They have us, Rensselaer Polytechnic from up near the Rochester area. Hopefully they can get down weather-wise.
Okay.
I believe Bergen, and I think Thaddeus Stevens.
Okay, good.
I was in touch with their coach yesterday just to kind of ensure that where we're at, what time we're starting, and things like that, with some inclement weather coming Thursday to Friday there, more so Friday here. So they pushed the start time back, and it'll be good to get our guys back on the mat. They've been off for a while,
right?
And it's tough because there's only so many events. You come back from break, you don't want to wrestle right away because they've been off for 3 weeks. They want to get their weight where it needs to be, get back in the room. But it's, from what it sounds like, they're doing really well in the room, and have some guys possibly back that were injured at the end of the fall semester. They're looking pretty good. But it's a good opportunity for us to get some in-region wrestling.
Right.
That'll help with seeding for the national qualifier that we have here in February.
Is it still the Gulf Atlantic?
I haven't been told
otherwise. It needs to be, because it is cold outside, and we need some of that tropic air to come back.
10 degrees outside.
We need some of that tropic air. So if the Gulf Atlantic Wrestling Championship get here soon, then the weather will warm.
Yeah, and I hope so. And we only have 2 events scheduled for this semester, so it's this week and the next week at Jamestown. We were going to try to do a duel with one of the other Region 19 teams, but they don't have a lot of wrestlers, so there might only be 5 people participating in the duel, and it's a tough spot. We did it last year, so we're still working on that, but we only have 2 events. So they're going to have another 2.5 weeks off.
And sometimes it's tough to get the region teams here so close to the district when they're coming back anyway.
Exactly. So, but they look ready to go. I think we have 9 of the 10 weight classes that'll be filled. With pretty competitive wrestlers. I think we were potentially going to have all 10, but one of the I'm not sure if someone came back or what their status is, but looking forward to it. Good.
I saw them milling around at the women's game last night, kind of looking like anxious to want to get out there and do do so.
It's been really good. They're good.
And more importantly, let's get ready so we can take Danny to Iowa.
Can't wait. Nothing. I'll tell you after this will be. I can't tell you how many times. But of all the times, I'm a huge OAR fan, and they're playing at Mountain Fest at Montage Mountain that Saturday. So of all the times I've gone different places to see them, whether it's 2 hours away or whatever, and it's like, hey, they're coming, we should all go. And I'm like, I'll be in Council Bluffs. I hope I'm in Council Bluffs.
Yes,
I do. That means we got some guys there.
Yeah, right.
I'll be really upset that I missed the one that's right down the road, though.
We'll go for you.
Yeah,
to the concert, not to Iowa.
Mike will go, and he'll FaceTime with you.
There you go. That'll be fine, right? I won't go. I never heard of them. You try to tell me some of their songs, and I'll play some, and it's like, still. No, I haven't heard of them. So, it's an exciting time because, like we mentioned earlier in the show, we're welcoming our returning student athletes back, and then a bunch of new student athletes also.
Yeah, so, it's a busy time, move-in weekend. Baseball and softball will officially start practices.
Yep.
They each play in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Yep.
Which is wild considering it's 10 degrees outside. Softball's hosting on February.
February 17th.
17th, the weekend of the Gulf Atlantic. So Joe Paparelli has already declared he will be at softball that day. Good.
Nothing he loves more
than anything baseball, softball.
Yeah, and then weather permitting, I'll be in Virginia Beach the weekend before. And that's Sunday to watch some baseball guys. So I'll bring back a nice baseball report. We got a little ways to go yet.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
All right, good. All right, great show.
I think so too.
The big guy is back there, and the little big guy is probably getting ready.
Oh,
there he is. And so it's time for staff meeting.
The big guy, the little big guy.
All right.
Oh, Frank's here too.
Frank is here too.
Well, that's just in case anybody falls off their chair like I might right now.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you next week on the Falcons Corner. Take flight.